Hello, I'm Teja Gerken with Peghead Nation, and I'm here with the newest guitar offered by Collings, the Parlor 2HT. Collings just started offering a pair of parlor guitars. This one, which is made with rosewood back and sides, and there's a mahogany version of this as well. And it's the smallest guitar that they've offered, and it's a beautiful tribute to the kind of parlor guitars that were common right sort of at the late 19th century, early 20th century, where companies like Martin, Washburn, other classic American brands were offering guitars about this size. Collings has introduced this guitar as part of their relatively new T series, which means that it uses hide glue construction. It has a very thin finish, a vintage style finish on it, and beautiful appointments. So while it's small, this is clearly a guitar that fits right into Collings' line of high-end instruments, and it has a beautiful voice all of its own. You heard me playing it fingerstyle. It's very easy to play, and it really fits into a sonic niche that is quite unique in contemporary steel string guitars. So I mentioned that this 2HT is the rosewood version of the parlor guitar, and as such it is built with beautiful Indian rosewood back and sides, and it has an Adirondack spruce top, and it has the T series appointments, which include herringbone purfling around the top, a beautiful multi-ring rosette, kind of diamond inlays in the fingerboard. The guitar has, true to its roots, has a pyramid bridge, and it's a bridge with a very small footprint, beautifully executed with the pyramids on both wings of the bridge. It has a slotted headstock with 3 on a plate Waverly tuners, and just a really beautiful instrument all around that really adheres to Collings' well-known high standards to fit and finish and overall craftsmanship. The guitar is built incredibly light. It doesn't weigh much at all. It has a very light X bracing. It's a scalloped X bracing. The guitar has a modified V-shaped neck, and it's very comfortable, but it definitely feels more like a vintage guitar neck would feel compared to a more contemporary rounded neck. It measures 1 3/4 inches at the nut, and the spacing at the saddle is 2 5/16 inches. So fairly wide string spacing, and has a 24 7/16 inch scale length. So that is kind of a typical parlor length. Some parlor guitars are shorter than that. I've seen them as short as 24 inches, slightly shorter than most other flat top steel strings would be, and it does contribute to the great playability of this guitar. It's very compact, particularly due to the 12-fret neck joint as well. But it's nice to have it be slightly longer than some parlor guitars, because it does give you enough tension on the strings to not have to play it super soft or anything like that to get good sound out of the guitar, and it does allow you to dig in a little bit. Let me play it a little bit more for you. What I'm always finding with parlor guitars is that they obviously make great fingerstyle guitars because of their beautiful response, and as such, sometimes, especially with the slightly wider neck dimension, they're also beautiful for some classical material on them. So this guitar is no exception to that. It has a beautiful response to a very soft touch, and if I'm playing something like this little Spanish piece, so it responds beautifully to a soft touch, and as such it would do great in a studio setting, whether you're recording it as a solo guitar or to have it fit into some sort of mix. It's a wonderful guitar just to play at home by yourself, because it's so satisfying to hear that intimate sound that it has. But it doesn't mean that you have to tiptoe around it. You can play it with a pick. You wouldn't want to play it as hard as you would with a dreadnought, for example. But if you want to play some chords, strumming voice as well. So just because it's small and it works well with a soft touch doesn't mean that it's a guitar that's limiting in terms of what kind of stylistic music you can play on it. So that's the new Collings Parlor 2HT. Between this rosewood model and the mahogany version that's also available, it's a great addition to Collings' line of guitars. And this particular one was supplied to us by Griffin Stringed Instruments in Palo Alto, California. We thank them for that. And I definitely encourage you to check these guitars out if you've been looking for a more intimate sounding flat top steel string guitar. It's a beautiful option. Built just as well as any other Collings guitar, uses beautiful materials, and it might just be the voice that you've been wanting to add to the guitars that you own. Please come back and visit us here for more gear demos on Peghead Nation. My name is Teja Gerken.